Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review of the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. It looks like this. I purchased this from the Charlotte Tilbury website on launch day, January 6th. It came the next day for me. That's why I love the Charlotte Tilbury website, because they ship FedEx in Canada. Super fast shipping. I am supposed to be getting this in PR, but I'm not sure when that's going to come, and I wanted to get this review up for you guys, and I'm so excited for the launch of this product. If you're wanting to see a demo review and 16-hour wear test, because that is what this product claims, you're in the right video. I'm going to be sharing all the details with you in this video. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and let's get started on this review. I'm starting application. It is 6:18 a.m. Wanted to get up early and film this for you guys just so that we have the full 16 hours and I'm not staying up into the middle of the night. I'd rather get up early. So we have an air pump here, which isn't my preferred type of packaging for foundation. As you can see, mine's a little bit dirty because I did wear this yesterday. I wanted to get a feel for it. But the nice thing about this air pump is that you can unscrew it and it doesn't damage the packaging, unlike some designs for air pumps. So you can actually squeeze this out, use a spatula, do whatever you need to do to get every last drop of this out, which is really fantastic. This retails for $55 Canadian. There's 1 fluid ounce of product in here, 30 milliliters, which is standard. It's made in Italy. There are 30 shades to choose from. I did pick 7N. And they do have a shade finder that you can use to kind of see what you would be based on the other Charlotte products that are in her line. I didn't use that shade match. It was saying that I'd be 8N, but when I looked at the swatch, which is what I do for me personally, I look at the actual swatch, it looked way too dark for me. So that's why I went with 7N. It is a little bit orange, in my opinion, this particular shade, which is common with Charlotte Tilbury. It either runs a little bit orange or gray if you're getting a neutral undertone. And I found that to be consistent with this specific shade. It does lean a little orange. You're going to see it on my skin. I will swatch it next to the other foundations I have. I have Airbrush in 7.5 and I do have Magic Foundation in 7. So you can see kind of the comparison with this 7. Even though they recommended me an 8, I still think 7 was a better match. I also sat in for the Zoom of the launch of this product a little bit ago now, and I learned about it. There's a lot of science that went into this particular foundation, and it seemed like a passion project for Charlotte Tilbury, which I really loved hearing about, how excited she was for this specifically, all the clinical trials she did for this foundation, and just everything that came out of it just sounded like something that I personally would want to try. It is a medium coverage foundation, has skincare benefits in it. As she said, it mixes color and science with this particular formulation. So you're going to get hydration, brightening, and pore smoothing just based on her ingredients. And the top 3 that she is advertising in this product is hyaluronic acid for the hydration. She has a rose complex for the brightening qualities, and it's Bix Active for the pore blurring technology in this. There's a ton of claims that she has, which I'm going to list on this screen for you guys and go over quickly. It is a long-lasting foundation, up to 16-hour wear, buildable medium coverage, pollution defense, undetectable coverage. It improves the look of skin with each wear. It boosts hydration with that hyaluronic acid. Skin looks plumper and smoother, and skin tone looks more even. It minimizes the appearance of pores, reduces the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots. Skin appears instantly brighter, natural finish, best for dry, combo, and normal skin, cruelty-free, 30 shades in total. And let's get to the demo of this. So she does have this beautiful skin routine, which I'm not going to follow in full because she does suggest using her setting spray at the end, which defeats the purpose of the wear test for me. I am going to start with her Magic Cream as my base for this. This is what the color and consistency looks like. You can see it's a little bit runny. I did apply 1 light layer to my skin yesterday just to get a feel for the product. And I have normal to slightly dry skin, and it's fairly normal right now. I only have dry skin if I were to like skip my skincare routine. So my skin, as I said, is normal. And if I were to pick a color again, I think I would actually go with 7C, which is a cool tone, just because that tone looks a little bit closer to my skin right now. And I didn't realize how orange the 7N would pull, which Can happen, as I said, with her neutral undertones. It's either going orange or gray on me, typically. I'm just using the one pump on my skin first so you can see a really nice light layer. It says it's a buildable medium coverage. And right now this is a light coverage with what I'm adding on my skin. You can still see all my freckles and stuff peeking through, but it evens out the skin tone a little bit just with the one layer. On my skin, one layer does have a really nice luminosity to it. It says it's a natural finish. I would say this is more of a luminous, bordering dewy, depending on your skin. I hate this. Already having issue with the air pump. I hate air pumps. I'm just going to build this up a second layer so you can kind of see the coverage that this can get. So this is what 2 layers built up looks like on my skin. You can tell I don't have perfect skin to begin with, so you can really see what this does and does not cover in terms of its coverage. So you can still see a little bit of my hyperpigmentation, spots, all that peeking through. It's definitely a medium to medium light. In terms of coverage, it's not full coverage. You'd still need to spot conceal, use your concealer, all that, if you want to cover up more, and that's what I'm going to be doing. But it does have a really beautiful finish in it. Very, very luminous. But the thing about this, it's not to the point where it feels like it's gonna slide off my face. It actually has a fairly quick dry down. In my experience, you have to work fast with it. You think with something like this, you'd still have time because it looks dewy, but in fact, on my skin, this has set down on my face, so I can't really move it around. That's just the finish of the product. Very, very luminous, looks super healthy. Beautiful skin, like she said, very glowy. If you have mature skin, I think you'd really enjoy this because of how hydrating and luminous it is. I wore this all day yesterday without a set face, and it stayed on for a solid 10 hours. I wore it yesterday. But I wanted to show you in this video a full 16-hour wear test because that is what this foundation claims. So I'm gonna go ahead, go off camera, finish off my makeup, my hair, come back, and we will talk more about the foundation. I'm back. This is the completed makeup. I will have everything linked down below as to what I have on my face right now. Obviously didn't set my face with setting spray because I want to see how long this foundation lasts on its own, but so far so good. It looks really good. The little bit of orange in this neutral foundation I feel like has corrected itself now that everything has settled down and I have everything on my face. So the color itself looks really good. I'm happy with the color now that all my makeup has been put on. The finish is a little bit better for me. It still looks radiant, but not to the point of unnatural because I do feel like even though this claims to be a natural finish, it is quite luminous when you apply it to the skin on its own, and I think looks a little bit better set with powder. In terms of the pore blurring qualities to this foundation, I don't personally notice it all that much, but you guys can let me know. You know my skin. Let me know in the comment section below if you think my skin looks more blurred with this foundation. Really glowy foundations like this, I feel like accentuate pores and textures. I don't feel like those two really go hand in hand. I do feel like the blurring that I'm seeing is because I set the foundation down with powder, and that's in general how I feel about anything luminous. I feel like it does look more smooth with powder, but let me know your thoughts. How do you like it so far? I'm going to check in with you guys at the end of the day to show you the 16-hour wear on how this wears on my skin. I already know this wears lovely unset just with the foundation as I tested it yesterday, but I wanted to do the full 16-hour wear for you guys to show you if this holds up to that claim. So this is how the initial wear looks, and I'm going to show you what 16 hours later looks like. Hey guys, I am back with our final check-in. As you can see right now, the glow factor has gone extreme throughout the day. This wouldn't have happened if I touched up during the day, and all I would have to do to touch up is just press a sponge into my skin. I wouldn't even have to use any product, but I didn't want to touch my face at all, just so that you could see how this foundation wears on my skin for the full 16 hours. And it wore pretty good, honestly. Initially, just 3 hours in, and then with a good 7-8 hours on, you could see I was getting my natural oils to start peek through at that point. And that was actually when I thought it looked its best, and I would first do a touch-up if I were to have this on a normal day. But because I'm obviously doing the wear test, I'm just going to show you what I would do to correct this because it is much too glowy for me. It's accentuating all my issues on my face. I just kind of need to re-pat and press everything into my skin so things don't look so shiny and accentuated. It also appears that I'm getting a blemish at the tip of my nose. And I don't think I had that this morning. This is definitely a long wear foundation on my skin. As you can see, it held up. There was no issue with fading or anything, just along my hairline where I kept pulling my hair back behind my ears. You can see a little bit of lifting, especially over here, just because I kept doing that. As long as I'm not touching my face, the product is gonna last. And the only issue I saw throughout the day, really for me, was that it was starting to kind of collect on my chin in the outer corners where it was looking kind of congested and a little bit dry in those areas, but due to eating and my mouth moving, talking, all that, that's kind of where product can collect on me and look slightly cakey. Everywhere else just kind of melted all together just due to my natural oils, and I do have normal skin, so with how oily looking I got throughout the day, I don't know how people with oily skin would get on with this foundation. If you're combo, I still think you'd have even more glow factor than me, just because it is really glowy even for me. So I am looking like the foundation has worn on my skin. I don't expect it to be perfect at this point, but because it didn't fade or anything like that and still looks intact, I'm really happy with the wear. I think it wore really nicely. And as I said, at that 7-8 hour mark, I thought my skin looked really good because everything started to melt together, which a setting spray would have corrected at the beginning and I would normally use one, but it did wear amazing. And I'm assuming a setting spray is just going to make it even better for me, honestly. So I'm really happy with this foundation. Do I like it more than the other foundations? It's still unclear. I didn't like Airbrush right off the hop, and I like this one definitely more my first impression of it. Magic, I might like a little bit more than this, but time will tell. This could take the place of Magic, which is currently my favorite foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. We'll see if that happens, but I'm so happy that I picked it up. I'm definitely going to be using this. It's going to be a great everyday foundation for me, and if it looks this nice throughout the day and for a normal day, because normally I'm not wearing my makeup this long, for me this is a long time. I think the max time that I wear my makeup is probably like 10 hours, which this would definitely hold up for me and not be as glowy as it is now. I don't mind the glow as long as it's not fading on my skin. So that would be a deal breaker for me. And I think this was perfectly timed because honestly, if this came out in summertime, I don't think this would have wore as well on me, but because this is hydrating and came out in winter when my skin needs a little extra hydration, I think this is the perfect cooler months foundation for me that I can either have a light coverage, medium, and just look natural on my skin. I hope this video helped you out, cover all the bases. I thought the full 16-hour wear test will truly show you how this holds up because that is quite a long time, but I know some of our days can get that long, so it's nice to see that something can hold up for that long, but I am ready for bed. I'm ready to take this off, which reminds me of one more thing because I did wear this yesterday, that when I removed this at the end of the night, my skin felt super soft and plump when I removed this. So I do believe that the claim that it does plump and smooth your skin is going to work for me personally because my skin felt better having used this throughout the day and my skin felt so nice at the end. So if you enjoyed this foundation review, this 16-hour wear test, please let me know. I'll definitely do more really in-depth videos like this in the future. I find them really helpful myself personally to really test out the claims of a foundation. Let me know in the comment section below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you have not subscribed already, I would love for you to do so by hitting the red subscribe button to join the family here, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.